Hello and welcome to the Sunday Vibe. Today's candle has already gone out, but we did light a candle. Hitting the sound bowl. My arms are so sore. I love it. It is Father's Day, and I am listening to Anita Baker, one of my daddy's favorites. And I want to talk about my hair, and so I brought some of Dad's hair over. My dad had some long locks, luxurious locks, and when he was sick with his cancer that took him, he had to cut them off, I guess because they were going to fall out anyway for the chemo. But the reason why I brought the hair is because I want to talk about hair overall. I have a lot to talk about today, actually, like a really long list of things to discuss, so please stay with me and just try to finish to the end, okay? Because I have a lot to talk about. So I want to tell y'all that for a long time I wore my hair straight because I grew up in a white neighborhood and everybody was white, of course, so their hair was like straight. And I felt different and I was so desperate to fit in, so I was like, no, I'll do it. And then also my mother, who has a beautiful 4C, always was like relaxer obsessed. So I got a relaxer very early in my life, and I had one until I decided I was going to stop getting one, probably about, I guess 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I did it for real. So maybe 2 years ago, I decided to start wearing my hair natural because I was still blowing it out, like even though it was natural. So, sorry, my little girl's on a group chat with her daddy. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and go natural for real. So, I am enjoying the journey, of course, and it is giving me an opportunity to develop a relationship with my hair that I haven't had in the past, and really learn to love it. And today I was going to take these twists out, but I just really looked at it and I was like, you know what? I don't even feel like fucking with this. So I'm not going to. So I didn't. So I'm here with my twists. And yesterday I went to watch my son play basketball, and this lady commented last time we were at that location. She asked me what oil I put on my hair, and I was like, the Locked In Project or 11th Hour Beauty, because those are the two oils that I use. Both black-owned small businesses located here in Houston. And so yesterday I was like, okay, well, I'll send you Instagram links. And she started talking about her hair and hair overall, and I just kept getting so offended because I could tell that she has some hair hate, and I know that hair hate also translates to some level of self-hatred. And if we are going to be here loving ourselves fully, embracing ourselves as we are, then we absolutely need to love our hair. So my little curls are, I'm okay with them. Like, this is my hair, this is what it looks like. It's really big and it does a lot of different things. I'm looking at a picture right now where it was doing a really interesting vibe after a twist out. Really interesting. Like, it was big, fluffy. All those pictures that I post on Instagram that day. I remember feeling like I want my fro to be really big and I want it to express retro love. Okay. And note that I'm wearing a big heart on my shirt today. Because we about love. Because this is about love. This is about expanding in love. So one day I was looking at this hair and I was probably feeling grumpy about my hair and, you know, how it was doing, because I felt like it wasn't behaving. But I started to look at these curls and I was like, oh my gosh, my hair is really just like that. And so it kind of gave me a different perspective, because at that moment I was like, you know what, I'm disrespecting my dad and I'm disrespecting my DNA every time I don't like what is coming out of my head. Every time I feel some type of way about these curls, I'm disrespecting myself. I'm disrespecting my ancestors who came before me. And those people gave me this DNA. So I want to honor them. You know, we just had Juneteenth, and I feel like I was maybe so offended by what she was talking about. And not because she was trying to be offensive. Like, she wasn't trying to be offensive. But I was offended by it because for her, I was like, oh, man, your hair is beautiful. You know, and she was like, well, your hair, you know, it looks like this or it looks like that. And I'm like, I'm tired of people trying to compare themselves to me. I don't have what you have, but you also don't have what I have. So you have your specific gifts or your specific greatness that I don't possess, but you have your own shit. So acknowledge it and step into your power. And you can't do that if you don't say, I love everything about me. I love my coils. I love my skin. I love that I am a part of this great community, and I have the opportunity to help heal it because Black community, I love you, but baby, we sick. And I posted on Facebook yesterday where I was fussing because I feel like Black women, a lot of time we have this competition thing going on instead of community. And that's a problem to me because we are the ones, us, the queens, who are going to fix this shit. To start the fixing, it's going to be us. So we're going to build a foundation for everybody else to stand on. And I will talk to you guys about the spider that's in my yard. It is called a spiny orb weaver. And the female is larger than the male. She's more expansive than he is. Her body is like sort of like an octagon shape maybe. And she has horns on her body. And when she mates with the male, he goes ahead and passes away. Okay. But I'm not saying that they have to die. But soon after she lays eggs and has the children, she passes away. But they also build community webs. And I think that is really, really amazing because, damn, that's a big web. Like, imagine what we could do if we weave our webs together as a community, right? So this is what I'm talking about. You know, I'm doing my thing over here, but I'm connecting with Chakara, who's doing her thing where she's doing her thing at. I'm connecting with Tanya, who's doing her thing where she's doing her thing at. And us doing that, we are doing like this, connecting and touching each other. And, you know, we are popping Black dollars and we are sharing information and we're growing and expanding. And what I see is the fellas are a little bit behind us, which is okay. A lot of them are a little bit behind us. But instead of us just going and doing our work, we're waiting for them. We're standing waiting for them to catch up. We don't need to do that. Because if they're going to come, they're going to come. Okay, and which I'll talk about this a little bit later in this video. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I've already talked about this. I think I did. I have so many damn places. In the Flow Center video this morning, I talked a little bit about the transits for the week. And I think it was Saturday. I had pulled the Lover's card in reverse. And it just looks like, you know, you're going to have some relationships in which people are trying to hold on to you and keep you where you are versus just being like, okay, let's go. Because they're scared to go. But you cannot stay and go back and forth with them about whether or not you need to advance, because you do. Okay, period. You don't need to worry about shit that they talk about. Love you, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay. So like I said, I do have a lot to talk about today, but I wanted to, before I get into the aspects, I wanted to talk about my rug. So a while back, I was like, I really need a downstairs rug, a big rug that I can meditate on, and, you know, Kayla and I can dance on and, you know, do all the things that we want to do. And I was looking at rugs, and I was like, you know, the rugs I really was wanting were like, I don't know, like between $240 and like $400. And I was like, do I really want to spend this money on this? And, I was going back and forth about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to trip. What I'm going to do is allow my rug to come into my experience. And I'm just not going to keep, because I couldn't really find one that I was really liking, because I wanted one that had like color bursts, or like all the colors. I wanted it to be like all the colors, so that it could pull together all of the color, because I have a lot of different colors and stuff in my living room and little study area downstairs. Because I don't know if y'all have seen Gloria Vanderbilt's house, but I might be a little bit Gloria Vanderbilt-esque, just in that, like, I've got so much Gemini and creative energy in my inside. I need my outside space to match that. So that's why I have all these records on the wall. That's why I have, all my little shit around here. So anyway, I went to the thrift store the other day, and I found a rug for $15 that fit the description of what I was looking for, that matched my manifestation perfectly. And when I went online to Google it to find out, because I'm a buyer by my former career, so I know how to find shit online, $469. And I was like, absolutely, steal of a deal, and I manifested it. So I wanted to congratulate myself on that and share that with you guys, so that you could know how easy it is to really get exactly what it is that you desire. And you might not even have to spend a whole lot of money on it. So there's one more thing that I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about people feeling like they can heal from the outside in. Because remember, I was just talking about I want my outside and my inside to match and line up and to be in alignment. People don't realize that you have to do the inside work first. Once you do the inside work, then you can begin work on the outside. Doing it on the outside does not help your inside heal. It's external, it's surface level, it's not going to penetrate into the places that really, really, really need the love. And this week I went to the gym 2 times I went to the gym. One time this morning, I ended up jogging to the clubhouse and rollerblading when I got there. So it was like, okay, now I'm working on my body. I have worked on my energy. I have worked on my emotional body. I have worked on my soul. Now I am working on my physical body. So, and I'm not talking about just adornments. I'm talking about healing it. I'm talking about, making sure that it is right for me to use, because the thing about it is God lives in there. So if I want to express God fully, if I want to be able to do my work here as a healer, then my vessel has to be tight and right. So I have things I'm working on in order to make sure that I'm at 100% best health. And that's what I'm doing now. Okay. So I just wanted to make that known, that like, you do have to heal your inside, your emotional body, before you work on your outside. And if you do it the opposite way, you're going to look good on the outside and feel bad on the inside. And then even if you look good on the outside and you feel bad on the inside, your projections are still going to be sour. Okay. So we had Jupiter in retrograde, the great benefic, the gift giver, the King Midas. So what I'm seeing is that your gifts will be shown to you. I wrote notes, and you will be more inclined to explore areas in which you're naturally talented and gifted, but also spiritually awakened, and possibly decide you're ready for a teacher or to become a teacher like me. So be open to blessings coming from anywhere. So what I think I'm going to do is offer some readings for where Jupiter is going to be doing this work in your chart. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go ahead and just make sure you're connected with me, because I'm going to be dropping the information this coming week for how to get the Jupiter expansion readings. Okay. So for me, Jupiter is expanding in my 10th house, which is my house of career. And I'm really looking forward to it, because that means I get to help more people, and I get to fully embody and step into the role of teacher, healer, vibe coach. Like everything that I've been working towards has led to this moment. So if you want to know where Jupiter is expanding in your chart, let me know. But do be looking forward to your gifts being brought to light, your gifts making room for you, and for people acknowledging the things about you that maybe you haven't always seen in yourself, just for them to show you. One thing I used to do was pray to see myself the way that my creator sees me, or the greatest love in myself, the greatest part of myself, my highest self. I wanted to see myself the way that they see me, so that I would know, because for a long time, of course, I didn't know. I didn't feel great. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel love. So I needed there to be a mirror to me. So I prayed for that. So that's something that you could do too. And then today we do have the summer solstice. So the summer solstice is going to mark the beginning of Cancer season, because the sun is going across the Tropic of Cancer, and it is going to be at its highest point. So today, I feel like, because, well, not today, it's like 3 days really in which this happens. So with the sun being at the highest point, the moon is going to be at the lowest point. So to me, that means that we're going to have an excellent balance of the masculine and feminine energy, because to me, the sun is masculine and the moon is feminine. So today you want to make sure that you honor the sun, enjoy family, count your blessings, jam out and feel joy. The light is going to dominate now, so shine your brightest. It's a beautiful rebirth opportunity. Also, this is the Egyptian New Year, the ancient Egyptian New Year, because they had a flooding season. So they would honor right now and be like, okay, Happy New Year. Lean into what you really want and make sure you're connected. Okay. So yeah, like, just so y'all know, like, I scrabble these notes in my notebook. I guess it's not scrabble, but I make a lot of notes in order for me to make sure that I am communicating effectively, because a lot of time what I'm thinking and right here, they be like, they don't always line up. So I like to make sure that I've written the thing so that I can communicate effectively. I hope my dad's hair is not making anyone uncomfortable. Okay, so it's Cancer season. Remember, Cancer is ruled by the moon, the crab. We're going to be able to touch our emotions, and it's going to be so palpable that you'll be able to really connect and feel into yourself. Where do you need more love? So like, we're talking about being nurturing to yourself. We're talking about being nurturing to others. Where can you be a mother? Where can you mother? Where can you nurture and devote love? It's probably to you. Even if you are a mom, like, for me, like, I still have to parent myself, and I tell people that all the time, and they're like, oh, well, my parents, and, you know, and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, reparent yourself. Like, you're an adult now. You can do that. You don't have to be like, my mom and dad didn't care about me. Okay. They probably didn't know how to care about you because they didn't care about them damn selves. So reparent yourself right now. Reparent yourself. You can do that. Okay. So just be mindful of how you can explore love and softness and be able to float on the river of love right now as we are moving through Cancer season. And we've got like 4 or 5 months here with this Jupiter retrograde that is going to be like slow expansion, but it's going to be good. Wherever it's falling in your chart, it is going to kaboom for you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even know this. I was this talented. You are. You're a motherfucking star. Okay. And I'm hoping I can get my songs finished so that I can put out some music. That's what I really hope. I'm almost done with my first ebook, and I will have necklaces. And I also have a course that I did a long time ago that I'm going to repurpose and put out. And I can't wait to just be like, okay, here y'all go. If you love it, I love it. If you don't love it, I still love it. You know what I mean? Okay, so also got 2 more things here. Mercury going direct. Yes, Mercury goes direct, I believe, on the 22nd of June. This is going to be so enjoyable. Now, remember, we still have a Mercury shadow period that kind of hangs in a little bit. So just be mindful that it's not quite over yet, but it's not going to be as difficult. So what I wrote here was, yes, period. Less struggle with communication and technology. My hope is that you took the lessons seriously. I hope that you guys took the lessons that you came up against over the last 4 to 6 weeks. Shit, might be longer than that. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah. Okay. Seriously, because, Mercury retrograde to me is really about shadow work. It's about coming up against the things that cause you frustration and doing something about it. Being responsible in it. How can you make the adjustments that will stop you from this irritation or frustration in the future? For me, I don't know what I need to do with this computer. I don't know what I need to do with my internet, but baby, let me tell you, it was very, very difficult for me to do my work over the last 2 weeks specifically. Everything was fucking up. Like every time I tried to get on and run a show, it would be like, but also I don't quite work right. How you like that? And I would be like, I don't like it. But I didn't really have any choice because what could I do about it? It's out of my control. So it really gave me the opportunity to practice peace in all cases, because it was a lot of pressure, but I did so much great work, and I'm doing this challenge to like transmute all of this energy, like about my dad and all these things. And like it was beautiful. It really was. So I feel good about it, and I'm ready for the full moon in Capricorn popping off. I believe it is on the 24th. I believe it's on the 24th here. Let me look for sure. I might be wrong. Oh my God. What I'm not going to do is mess up my computer. I want your love. I want your love. Yeah, June 24th. It says 2:40 p.m. I think that is in Eastern time, so 1:40 Central. All right, so here's what I got. Advance with wisdom. The truth has been fully revealed. Here's our time to release what has held us in prison on this earth. Oh no. Here's what has held us in prison on this earth plane. The old way that doesn't serve. Just let go. Kiss it goodbye. If you let go, consider the space you open up. When you do, what could come there? Allow it. I cannot. This writing, this chicken scratch, girl. But I prefer to write it than to type it because I feel like, I don't know. It's just easier for me to do it that way. Anywho, I know this is long and probably a little bit different than what I usually do. But I mean, either you're going to watch it or you won't. I mean, there are people on YouTube who have like hour-long videos. So you either going to watch it or you don't. But I will say this. We ought to know by now. You ought to know by now. You ought to know by now. Whatever it is, you should know by now. If you've been paying attention, if you were doing your work during Mercury retrograde, you ought to know by now what it is that you need to stop doing or what you need to start doing. So now this Capricorn full moon is about letting go of the things that are in the way for you to build your solid foundation, because at the new moon in Capricorn, that is what I was talking about. What do you need to draw into your life, into your experience that will allow you to have a solid foundation on this ground? Because Capricorn is an earth sign. What will allow you to be solid here in order for you to advance in your full life? I'm not talking about a small time period. I'm talking about in your whole entire life. What do you need to do differently or better in order for you to expand and enjoy and to fulfill your soul mission, which if you do not know what you're here to do, get with me. You can book a reading. What do you need to do that work? How can you do it? How can you find it? How can you honor yourself? How can you honor your creator, the source, so that you can channel and embody the energy through love? Because this is the way I see it. If you're getting the connection and you're blocked here in your hearts, in your heart center, in your heart chakra, what you put out is distorted, you know? So what do you need to do here on earth that will allow you to bring in what you need to clear out all of your chakras and express yourself creatively? Because I'm doing my work in the creative sphere. What I do is help creative people unlock and unblock themselves so that they can produce their creative projects that they feel called to produce in order for them to share their message with the collective. And that's what we're going to be doing when we're riding this rainbow bridge come next month. So if y'all want to go, like I said, just make sure you're connected with me so that you can go, because this is going to be a really excellent ride to the show. I better rhyme. Hallelujah. Every time I think about it, I think about going to a show. Like, okay, guys, y'all ready? Like, we driving up there like, I told my girls you could get it. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like it's just going to be a really fun ride to a show where we are going to perform. That's what I feel like. So I'm just trying to help people and take people on the ride. I guess that's really it. I talked about my dad's hair. I read out those interesting astrological shifts and aspects taking place in the Creative AF Flow Center. I did talk about a little bit more, and I gave some information on this one. You know you have too many notes. This one, you know you done wrote too much. Venus trine Neptune and Venus opposition Pluto. So if you want more information on that, you can join the Creative AF Flow Center so that you can know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about them people trying to make it back, okay? Because they coming. So put your shield up. Might be for you, might not be. Might be for you to see how much you've grown. I don't know. Just be ready for it, okay? All right. So I will see you guys later. Remember not to be a self-hater. All right. Bye-bye.